All right. What's going on, everybody? Claudius, what's going on, dude? Welcome back to another stream. Hey, you got a silver badge now. Haha. Got rid of that old bronze one now. It's been a month on. Oh, yeah, I guess so. February. That's crazy. All right. Well, I like the huge forge that we did last time. So this time we're going to be doing a little bit of a different one. This one's actually going to be of a creeper. It'll be a little bit more interesting, more color than just black and white. So should be a relatively quick one. The slicer says it's going to take about an hour, so figure about how long the stream will be. Is about just a quick short one for 60 minutes. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. Oh yeah, dude, love the support. I appreciate it. That's pretty cool too to see that, not gonna lie. So yeah, welcome back to another live stream, everybody. This is on the Anycubic Cobra X, which is Anycubic's up and coming multi-material FDM printer. And today we are going to be doing a Hueforge of a Minecraft creeper. Found this file off of Maker World, and it's pretty simple. I kind of reduced some of the size of it just because it was going to be a little bit too big and take a little bit too long to print for what I wanted it to be. So I actually just reduced it on the X and Y axis, but not the Z axis. So that would have messed up like part of the color change. Hey, Jane Natrella already with a 100. I love those. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And yeah, I was kind of trying to decide which one I should do. And I feel like a lot of my live streams, I always like go with like the starting color to be black or like the rest of the print is just like a gray or white. And I feel like that's so boring to watch. So I tried to find something with a little bit more color. Obviously the starting color is a black again, but I'm using a different build plate so that way you guys can actually see the movement and see the print going on at the same time. And actually the first layer looks so weird. It looks like it's like super stringy, but it's not. That's so weird. Yeah, what's going on, G? Appreciate it. How's everybody doing today? The Bay's mom, what's going on? Everybody's got their silver badges now. Everybody's been a member for a month. This is awesome. And I love the Benchy. Appreciate you guys joining in. But yeah, like I said, I feel like I always go with some boring colors whenever I do my stream. So it was either between this one or like the Minecraft logo that I already kind of have printed out. Hold on, I'll show you guys. It was gonna be like this, except it would have been like almost like this actually, like angled, and the Hueforge was gonna make it look like an optical illusion, but I didn't feel like doing it. So I'll just put this right there. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I have I think just a combination of E-Sun and like Sunlu filaments. Just using whatever greens I had. Gonna be a pretty basic looking Hueforge at the end. I think it's only like 20 something layers. Hold on. 48. Oh, well, I guess it's 48 layers. That's a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was only 28 or something like that. The Bay's mom, thank you for the happy poop. I appreciate it. Always like when people come in here and poop on my streams. So yeah, and I'm hoping that the build plate kind of helps identify where the print is at the start, because the first little bit of this Hueforge is black, of course. So tried to make the build plate a little bit not as camouflaged as like the standard one. So what kind of printer do you have? So this is the Anycubic Cobra X. So this printer is currently not available, but they sent it out to me early to test it out and to give you guys my opinion on it. And so far, literally been phenomenal. Absolutely no complaints. And I think it's going to hit the... I'm not even honestly sure when the Cobra X is supposed to open up pre-order. Or actually, I think the pre-orders are open. I think you can do like the early bird specials and stuff like that now. I think it's only like $279 for it. So yeah, Anycubic Cobra X, you can go ahead and check it out on their website. But it would be pre-orders. So this one is not currently out yet. Turtle Games, what's going on? Welcome back to another stream. We got everybody coming out. Oh yeah, definitely blessed to be able to do this. This is pretty fun. What the heck was that? Oh, that was my Minecraft sign. I lay it down. This was printed on the Cobra 3, so technically the same thing. So I don't know how much of you guys keep up with some of these new printing like innovations that are coming out. But I recently made a video on the iNew 3D, and after I started talking about that one and watching some videos of it coming out and stuff like that, all of a sudden on my Instagram, I started seeing posts about like other companies doing the same thing. So now it seems like there might be like a little bit of a competition between these new companies making these, I think they're calling them like full color 3D printers. I don't know if there's like a technical term for it. Something to do with like jet resin printing or something weird. But apparently, people like the main thing that people are pointing me to show me what it is like is the Mimaki 3D printer, which is like a $50,000 machine that's like this. And apparently that machine isn't even as reliable as you would think it would be for $50,000. So we'll see how these desktop printers are. And there's a lot of things coming out. I think in the last stream, one of my members, It's Unique Prints, pointed out that Creality's got the desktop filament recycler like actually coming out, and you know they're obviously a trusted company rather than like Loop 3D, if you guys ever heard of them. And they're going to be coming out with that. So it's pretty cool to see all of these desktop and like consumer friendly inventions or new forms of 3D printing accessories coming out that are hopefully going to be affordable for like the average hobbyist 3D printer and or 3D printing enthusiast, I guess you should say. And yeah, so it's pretty exciting to see. What is it making? So this is a Hueforge. So basically it's just like a picture. It's like a little 2D piece of art that most of the time is almost like an optical illusion of a 3D print, and it kind of utilizes like the thin layers of plastic to its advantage to make like a picture out of it. I'm trying to find the one that we did last time. I don't know where it's at. We did a Stormtrooper one, and I have no idea where I put that thing. So unfortunately, I don't even know where it's at. But yeah, it's gonna be so amazing 10 years from now. Oh, I know. I can't even imagine what's going to be going on with 3D printing in 10 years. They're gonna have some weird things going on, or at least there's gonna be some absolutely unbelievable like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like concepts. They're gonna be trying to 3D print. I mean, they can already do crazy things. They got the 3D printers that literally print in that gel, and it basically makes it so that way you don't even have to use supports because the gel holds it up, and you can print all sorts of different, overhangs and, bridges and stuff like that. And you don't even need any sort of support because the gel is doing all the work. So, they already have that. Like, that's already a thing. That'll be something big one day too, whenever they can make it, affordable for everything. So Landon, what's going on, dude? Welcome back to another stream. Still waiting on the S1 Max? Yeah. Yeah, I think those aren't even starting until this month or next month, right? Being sent out. Yeah, it's pretty cool that that gel thing. I don't see a ton of people using them. I think that's more like industrial grade rather than like like a consumer thing. Like I don't think like your average 3D printing hobbyist would go out and buy one of those, but the concept is cool. And eventually, you know, all these companies they're trying to make these industrial grade things consumer desktop 3D printer like machines. So especially if this full color 3D printer thing hits, and you know, it's only, I'm guessing it's going to be a couple $1,000s. I don't even think there's a price yet on any of the ones that I've seen. It'd be interesting to see how well these things work, because these things are literally full color. The models that they're printing out are insane. They're printing out like some of the layers they can make like as clear as glass, and then they'll have you know, colors inside, almost like a gumball machine type of effect, like just crazy looking things. So it'll be really crazy to see what all they're doing. Like if any of you guys ever played some of the older Call of Duties, like Advanced Warfare, the mystery box in that zombies game was a 3D printer. So you hit it and then it 3D printed your weapon. So it's like, you know, obviously we're not going to get into that because obviously that's a whole thing that I'm kind of tempted to make a video on after I did some research on it, but I don't know. I don't think I will. Mm-hmm. Has the TPU stick to the PLA on my printer? Are you asking me how well will TPU stick to PLA on the printer or like on my print? Are you talking about the phone case that I made? There's a thing that you can make it stick onto the printer that I'm using right now. I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I'm not too positive. You're talking about like when you put like a layer of TPU down before you start printing in PLA, or like vice versa or something like that. Like you print a layer of like PLA, or I think it might be PLA, and then you print off the TPU, and it's supposed to help like adhere better than the build plate can because it's kind of funky. Because I have not tried that yet, but I think I've seen people doing that. I think they can use AI to determine how much filament to purge, allow color bleed into the parts. And in theory, be able to shade multicolor prints. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's definitely true. Um, I'm kind of interested to see like what's going to end up happening within the next couple of years with um, AI and seeing what happens with 3D printing in general with it, because they already have like the meshy AI, right, which is like you're able to pretty much just make like models off of a description, which is already pretty crazy. So being able to utilize that too with like your multi-material units would be pretty awesome. The thing that I wish that they could figure out how to do is be able to like either use like an ink, and if you use like a clear filament it can like dispense it properly, which would be pretty hard. Taz104, what's going on, dude? Welcome back to another stream. Appreciate you joining the channel in the last stream. I had your name. I didn't. Whenever I filmed the last video that I didn't have your name printed out yet, so I had to like edit you in there, and it's kind of floating up with it. So you'll see that. Anyways, what was I just talking about? Oh yeah. Or figure out some way to just blend like the colors that you already have, like the filament in there. Because I remember, what was I trying to print off? Oh, I was trying to print off the Instagram logo that I have on my wall where it has my handle. And I remember I was trying to like make it so that way it would sort of just bleed like the orange, purple, and pink, and just kind of like print it all at once. But it wants to cut that filament and purge it and then push the new filament through. And by that time, the color is already out. So like, I wonder if you could like get rid of the purge and just keep that purge as like part of the print and just keep doing that over and over again, but make it fast and be able to use like 10 different colors in a roll of filament to where you can virtually print something off in like a full color, like you're saying, but it would like be able to determine how much it would bleed and how much it would need to push out, and if it did need to purge, like basically what you're saying. But yes, literally what you just said, and of course I didn't see that, so I'm going on a rant. Anyways, have you seen any fixing or whatever? They haven't made like this thing that like you could like squeeze. Oh, I haven't seen. I've seen a model for that, for like the pliers that you can print off with the TPU and the PLA. I haven't tried it yet though, but I kind of wanted to give that a shot, see how it works. Is this printer good to get? Yeah, it's definitely a really great printer, especially for the price too. I think it's only going to be $280, which is crazy because I think I got my Cobra 3 combo for like $360 on sale, or maybe $320. I think I had like a coupon or something. I remember I got it cheap, but the fact that this is like $50 cheaper, and you don't need to have as much room, you don't need a separate power cable for the filament. Like literally the only quote unquote disadvantage to having this printer over like another Anycubic printer or any with an AMS is that you don't get the filament heat, dry box. But even though I had it, very rarely was I always heating up my filament. I did it one time to each roll. Most of the time, whenever I get a roll of filament, I try to dry it out anyways. And then that's it. And then, I usually don't even have some of these rolls of filament long enough to need to keep drying it. So I just heat it up one time, put it in a bag if it's like a special type, and then that's it. And you're starting to kind of be able to see sort of like the design that's going on. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit on it. This is gonna be really cool in here in a second. Let me check real quick. What layer we're on to see if we're getting ready to change colors maybe. Layer 7. The first color change is layer 10. Layer 7. We have about 5 minutes left on this color. And we'll finally get some other color on this print. Thank God. Yeah, this is going to be darn cool. And one of these days, I kind of want to do like a really long stream. I think maybe for like 10K subscribers, I might do like a really long live stream, like a 5-hour live stream. And what I want to print, and I'll probably just do it on this printer, depending on what I have at the time. I want to print off, I think there's like either an Iron Man or a Spider-Man Hueforge. I might just do like a poll on it and see which one you guys would like to see more. But it's like an 11 color Hueforge, and it takes like 4 to 6 hours to print. But I think that'd be so fun and so cool to do, especially for like a big milestone like that. And I might even end up doing like a giveaway for it. If I can figure out how I'd want to do that. I'm not really sure how I'd go about doing that. So we'll see. Pretty sweet looking art out there by these people. So how do I get the max, the app on my computer for it? Would it be able to work? Yeah, no, Anycubic Slicer Next is definitely going to have the S1 Max on it for sure. And you'll also be able to use like Anycubic's mobile app as well. You don't have to worry about any of that. Whenever those machines officially release, you will be able to get their correct like profiles on your slicer. Like obviously right now, if you tried to go onto Anycubic Slicer Next and use like try to select like the Cobra X, it's just not even going to be there. They have to send you like a private link to be able to do these things. So but basically whenever they release like the Max and even the X, they will update the slicer, and then you just download the latest version of the slicer and it'll be on there. So no need to worry. Jennifer Pate, what's going on? Welcome back to another stream. I'm gonna buy a 3D printer. You should definitely buy a 3D printer because they're fun. And you can make anything. Literally the only thing that sucks about having a 3D printer, and when you tell people that you have a 3D printer, is they want you to make a lot of stuff. My girlfriend always wants me to make her stuff, and my mom, they're always finding cool things on Instagram or whatever, and they're like, yeah, print this off. And I'm like, shoot, I don't want to print that off, but at least I don't have to literally do anything. Landon, are you speaking into your phone? I understand what you're trying to say, and that's why it's so funny. The Elegoo Centauri 2 out. But it came out the Elegoo entire 2 out. That is so funny. Oh man, it's the fact that I read that and I immediately knew what you were trying to say. Oh my goodness, man. Whew, that was funny. The Elegoo Centauri 2. I am honestly not even positive if it's out because I have no clue. Like, I think it might be out in certain regions or like countries, but I'm not sure if it's like officially out to the entire world. It might be. I see tons of people talking about it. I'm not even paying attention to that thing just because they're like working like horizontally. Like there's no like innovation hardly with that printer. They just added the multicolor unit. So like nothing about that machine is like, it doesn't do anything different than the Centauri Carbon 1. except for the multi-filament, which is like, you know, here's the thing. I am almost positive that they're not going to release a multi-material unit for the Centauri Carbon 1, because if they did, what is the point of the Centauri Carbon 2? Like, there is no point of getting this. There is zero upgrade aside from like maybe a couple hardware things, but you know, blah blah blah, like the you know, steel and the die cast, whatever. There's no benefit to it. It's not going to be cheaper. So like, what's even the point? So I don't see them doing that. Why would they? They'll probably drop the price of the Centauri Carbon 1. You know, probably take away like the Centauri, like the stripped down version, and then, you know, discontinue that and just keep the Centauri Carbon 2 as their multicolor printer, and then just go off of that. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, Walmart has a 3D printer for like $265. I've seen that. I can't remember what brand it is, but I've seen a couple of people posting about it, talking about it. But yeah, good price. I can't remember which brand it is. Most 3D printers are good nowadays. However, the Walmart one, if you know, depending on which one it is, it might not be like any sort of brand that I've even used. The printer that I'm using right now is a multi-filament printer. It's going to be coming out soon, and it's only $279, so like $15 more. And I can guarantee you that this printer is going to be just as good, but probably a lot better than the Walmart one. In terms of like speed, hardware, you know, able to multicolor print up to like, oh man, how many colors can we do? 1, 2, 3, plus, what is that? 12. It's like 15 colors, depending on how many Ace Pros you have. That's obviously, it'll be more expensive, but you can print up to 4 colors starting. You have a camera, a light, an app. So yeah, so if you're ready to spend, where would I buy it? So if you go onto Anycubic's website, actually, you know what I could do? Hold on a second. Let me see how quick I can be. Give me one moment. And it's not even on here. Let me go ahead and just get the actual link. So here is the, oh shoot. Oh, I can't even do that. That's annoying. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and pin this to the stream, just in case anybody else is curious. This is Anycubic's website. It's pretty much the one that I always recommend. But if you click on that link, the first thing you're gonna see, it's all over the place, Cobra X pre-orders and stuff like that. Right now, obviously you can read it and see it yourself. 600 millimeters a second, 4-color 3D printing, $279 right now. Up to 19 color 3D printing with different Ace Pros. So yeah, top of the line, just as much, and I would highly recommend it. Obviously, it's not out yet, so you have to wait a little bit, but yeah. Chevy, what's going on, dude? Welcome back to another stream. I'm gonna get that from Max in August. I promised my teacher I'd make him something off the 3D room, but the thing is, I forgot to make him something. Well, you can't make him anything until you get it. Or maybe you won't. Oh, maybe you won't see him. It's going pretty good. How's your night going? We're out here 3D printing some art. And I think it's coming out pretty good. So we're finally on some green. We got some color going on this thing. It was getting a little stale there. But now we got some color. Maybe 2032 is having that's what it feels like, right? Let's go ahead and look at this poll real quick. No. Why isn't nobody playing Minecraft? You guys should definitely be playing Minecraft. I don't even know why I'm saying that, because I don't even like playing Minecraft. It's too long. You should get a VR and live stream on that. I have a VR. I got a Quest 2 actually, and I have a PlayStation VR, but I'm not doing that. I actually used to live stream on that before I did 3D printing. I used to do like I tried to do gaming channel before, and I used to live stream FNAF Help Wanted on my PlayStation VR. That was pretty fun actually. Nobody watched it. But it would be pretty cool. Oh, you know what I could do? You know what would be awesome? If I did a stream on my Quest 2 and I like did that. Oh, I forgot. There's one app that you can make you can like make 3D models on there. And you can literally like you can literally like make 3D models. I forgot what it's called, but that'd be a pretty fun stream. People can just like tell me to make certain like 3D models to print and stuff. That'd be sweet. That'd be really cool. I'll have to look into doing that. Have you ever played Zelda Breath of the Wild before? So I have not. My girlfriend has, and she likes it a lot, and she played like all the old Zeldas and stuff like that. She got me the game, so I currently have Breath of the Wild. But the thing is, with me, with video games nowadays, is like, I can't like get into huge open world story driven games anymore. Like, you know, I think I got God of War, Ragnarok, you know, I got Assassin's Creed. I got like all these games, and I just can't like put in the hours anymore to play these. I just don't even have like enough focus to want to do that. I used to, GTA 5, put in a ton of hours on that. I've done all sorts of, like Uncharted. Like I put in a lot of hours on games back then, but nowadays I just can't even like hold the attention span to do it. The only games I really play hardly anymore is the games like UFC or Fall Guys. Sometimes Black Ops 6. I actually played a lot of Black Ops 6. I think I got up to like Prestige 8 for a little bit. But the reason I like playing those games is because it's like, fast-paced, quick games, and then I can take a break and edit my video or start a print. I think that's what it is. I think like a part of me, like when I'm playing games, is kind of like, you can be doing something a little bit more productive and like start working on YouTube stuff. So
but I do like playing them, you know. And I have like literally all of the stuff that I 3D print is basically from video games. Like pretty much everything I print is. I'm looking around. Pretty much everything I print is a video game thing. But yeah, no, haven't gotten into it. Probably should. Probably won't. But yeah. I have a toy box, but it has a very small build plate. Okay. I think the toy box is the one that's at Walmart. Is that a good printer? Would you recommend it? Can he add you on VR? I honestly don't even really play it ever. I don't even know what like my gamer tag is on there, if anything. Actually use my VR headset to design a rock structure for my reef tank. See, that's what I'm talking. You already know. You always already know. Tilt brush. I have to look into that. You always know what I'm talking about. I have to look into that. That's so cool. Like, imagine if I like modeled like, I don't know, something. But that'd be so sweet. You know, model something and then send it over. Oh, by the way, look at the little Minecraft creeper dude. Thing's looking sweet. But I'll definitely have to look into it. Did it change colors twice? Oh no, it's still in the second one. I'm playing it on a Switch right now. Yeah, I know it's a pretty fun game. I watched her play a little bit, and basically same thing with like Pokemon. Like I've gotten like, I think I got Shield, and then what was the one that came after that? Do you guys remember which Pokemon it was? Where like it's basically like you pick like your side or whatever, and you can like ride around on your Pokemon, and they like transform. I can't remember what that game's called anymore. Shoot. It's over there. I'm not getting up to look at it, but yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I like want to get into these games and I'll play them a little bit, but when I play those kind of games, I want to get so in depth into it and like to look at like, you know, your whole like list of things that you have to find and earn and collect, and I'm just like, it's so overwhelming. I'm like, I don't even try it anymore. Not really, but it can be good for small stuff. Well, that sucks. So there's your non-recommendation for the toy box. You should get an A1 combo. I have an A1 mini, not the combo, but I have an A1 mini. First bamboo printer, love it. We'll see, dude. I got so many 3D printers right now; it's a little ridiculous, to be honest with you. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, definitely have to look into that. Hey, that guy Prince, what's going on, dude? Welcome back to another live stream. You should get an A1 combo for Bamboo Lab. Like I said, I got the A1 Mini. Probably keep it that. Yeah, we'll have to see about the VR thing, guys, because you know, it's a pretty fun idea. Got a 3D print Pokeball and a thermograph. You gotta make sure you get a good curve on it too, and it's gotta shake like 3 times, right? Otherwise, it's gonna break out, and then what are you gonna do? Then you're done. What printers do I have? I have so the one that you're watching is the Anycubic Cobra X. I have the Bamboo Lab A1 Mini, the Anycubic Cobra 3 Combo, the Elegoo Neptune 3 Pro, the Anycubic S1 Combo, the Elegoo Neptune 4 Max, the Elegoo Centauri Carbon, the Elegoo Mars 5 Ultra, the Anycubic Photon P1, the Anycubic Mono M7 Pro, and the Creality. I don't even think it had a name at the time. It's called like the L-H blah blah blah. It's like their like original resin printer. Yeah, I got quite the print farm, and I think I'm gonna do a video on that pretty soon. I got a couple other things I got to do this month, so it probably won't be this month. I'm pretty tight on schedule this month. Got a lot of videos coming out. I know some of you guys were commenting on my last stream afterwards, asking if I'm gonna be making a video on the Cobra X, obviously, I'm going to. I just have to follow a guideline, and I don't even know if I'm allowed to say when I'm uploading it. So just subscribe, ring the notifications, and I'm just going to tell you that it'll be soon. Oh, we're starting on the next color change. So if you guys pay attention, it is going to be changing to a lighter green. What is my favorite printer? Dude, I don't know. So right now it's kind of a toss-up between the Cobra X that you're watching right now and the Bamboo Lab A1 Mini. Those two are easily my go-tos. The thing that I love about the Bamboo one is I feel like, aside from, for one thing, it never fails, but two, it just starts so fast. Like, there's no preparation time. Like, I feel like whenever I hit start print on Bamboo Studio, like, I turn around and it like starts printing. Anycubic ones, that's the only thing, is like it does have a long prep time, and that doesn't, like, it shouldn't seem like an issue. Like, okay, it's just getting ready so that way the print doesn't fail, right? But it is a little annoying when you go to print something and say you like you go to print it, and for some reason the slicer thought that one color should have been another color, and it like switches the colors. That kind of stuff annoys me. And you know, when you wait like 4 minutes for this thing to start printing, you're not going to sit there and stare at it. You go and do something else, you come back 20 minutes later, it's printing off the whole thing in the wrong color. It's like, are you kidding me? So that's the only thing. So one of those two. I'm watching my first year on my printer print right now while I'm watching your stream. Oh, what's your printer printing currently? Oh, you're watching your first layer print. Okay. Yep. That is like, what do you even call it? Like every 3D printing enthusiast is just a nut whenever it comes to 3D printers. I like the little like, there's actually a pretty good amount of like memes and like videos and stuff on Instagram of like 3D printing stuff. And it's like, how my husband used to act before he had a 3D printer, and he comes home, he's, hey, hi. And then after he got a 3D printer, and he just like beelines it to his printer, and he's just watching it go round and round in a circle. Pretty much, right? What's the nozzle size? On this one, it is a 0.4 millimeter. That's when Max when I get it, ordered 8 color. Oh yeah, I remember you said that. I'm able to do a color with my original Ace Pro. Yep, that'll be sweet. You can do up to 8 colors, and you'll be able to print out some pretty detailed stuff with that, and big stuff too. Should I sell my AnchorMake M5 and buy a P1S, or buy an A1 combo and keep my AnchorMake? So the only thing I gotta say about the AnchorMake printers is, for one thing, I really wish that I got one before they like discontinued them, because I'm sure you know AnchorMake doesn't really do anything with their 3D printers anymore. I'm not sure if they even sell them, but I know for a fact they discontinued them. But they're pretty sweet looking machines, and honestly, if it's like the speed is keeping up, and the detail's good, and it's running good, and everything's easy on it, I would keep it. It's a pretty nice looking machine. I don't know how great they are, but I've seen people print with them, and they seem like they're pretty awesome machines. It's kind of up to you. P1S is obviously a different level up from a bed slinger. You're gonna 100% get way better prints than both of those printers. An A1 combo, though, you can already do the multi-filament printing. I don't know if the P1S, if you're saying a P1S combo or just a regular P1S, so maybe you want the, keep a printer that you can do one color and then get another one. But then there's also the fact that the P1S can do other materials that the bed slingers can't because of like the enclosures and stuff. So, oh, you are going to get the combo. Well, I guess it's just up to you. Do you have enough space for 2 printers? And do you 3D print enough to want 2 printers? Or would you rather just have one nice multi-material printer that can print off different types of exotic materials and everything else? So it's up to you. But to me, the AnchorMake printers, there's kind of like a like a little piece of 3D print history that's never going to come back, and it's pretty sweet. So it's up to you. My printer is still having a little bit of a trouble, like the screws won't tighten it all the way down. Well, that's annoying. I have a project that needs TPU filament with a 0.2 millimeter nozzle. Any advice? Well, obviously with TPU, you're going to want to, shoot, I forgot what it is. What printer are you using? I'm gonna butcher your name. Xenia? I hope I said that right. What printer do you have, and also what slicer are you using? Because that might make this question very quick. I looked at Anycubic 3D printers and they're pretty cheap. Yeah, the Anycubic printers are extremely cheap, but they're not cheap. They're less expensive, but they're very good machines. Do I have a curse or something? The printer's breaking all the time. Honestly, Landon, my biggest piece of advice is for you, if you feel like your printers just keep messing up, I would just take a step back from it for a little bit, take a break. When you come back to it, do your research. Try to really watch a lot of videos. Like I said, whenever I got into 3D printing, I started watching videos in January of 22, and I didn't buy my printer until April. And all I did every single day was watch at least 2-3 hours of 3D printing stuff just to learn the hobby, because I knew that this was going to be something that looks easy but is going to be difficult, and especially back then was harder than it is now. But same concept. You want to know all the vocab. You want to know easy, quick fixes to issues that you're having with your printer. And by the time I got my printer, which was the Ender 3, I knew everything to expect, and I knew what was going to break, and I knew what was going to need to be upgraded, changed in the slicer and stuff like that. So just do your research. In March, I have it scheduled. I'm going to be releasing a 3D printing for beginners video, but it's not really just for beginners. It's going to be kind of just for everybody, just like a refresh course almost. Probably going to be a pretty long video, 30-40 minutes long, just to help everybody with everyday issues, and also just getting into 3D printing, learning the basics again, stuff like that. So yeah, Bamboo P1S and just a bamboo slicer. I mean, you should be able to, on your slicer, if you go under your profiles, just pick a 0.2 millimeter nozzle, and then for the filament, change it to TPU. Most of at least for me, this is what happened with me with my printer. It literally just automatically sets the temp, speed, fan speed, and all that stuff automatically. So it should already work. And I would recommend doing that before even trying to manually change anything on your slicer or your printer, just because if you do that and something gets changed with your profile and something gets all messed up, then you're kind of stuck with that now. So what I would recommend doing is just change it to TPU filament on your slicer. Make sure that you have it as TPU on your printer as well, because that does matter. It will affect the printer. It should change the speed and temp and all that. And then just put a 0.2 millimeter nozzle on your profile for the basic default, and then adjust it from there. Do you know how the S1 Max is up for early bird? Super early bird. I still get the printer if I ordered it like that. Yeah, you should whenever it comes out. Warn him about it breaks. Yeah. Ender 3s definitely break. Some of the newer ones though, like the Ender 3 V2 and Ender 3 V3 Pro and all that stuff, whatever, those are a little bit better, but things happen. Hopefully he watches this stuff and knows what he's doing. What's your favorite type of film brand for PLA? I would say, okay, my favorite brand, probably Flashforge, but they're kind of expensive. And I find myself using Eson a lot. Those are probably the most common ones that I use. Just because they have the most colors. But in terms of like brand for like the filament quality, it's always usually the same. So honestly, whatever's the cheapest on Amazon, that's what I end up using. As long as it seems like it's pretty okay and there's not like a ton of bad reviews or whatever, I just use whatever. Yeah, no problem. I'm interested to see what project you're doing with the TPU. So if you're subscribed to my channel, go ahead and share it on the community tab, and you can actually just like post pictures in there like a social media and let me know what it is that you printed. It's really easy to spend more money than you have to by doing things that could be prevented by buying printers that don't actually have the functionality you might be looking for. Exactly. Yep, 100%. Definitely, definitely a hobby that still needs a lot of research. And I think your average everyday hobbyist that's just looking to make the thing that they seen on TikTok or whatever every day is pretty simple. But if you ever try to do anything with an exotic material or something breaks, you're gonna need to know how to fix that stuff, because it is not like there's no like, I don't even think if you brought a bamboo to Best Buy that they would fix it, to be honest with you. And you can buy them from there. So what time is it? Are you going to stay there the whole time? For me, it's 10 o'clock. And yeah, whenever I do my live streams, I stay here the whole time and talk to you guys. So not going anywhere. But we're actually like kind of coming up on the end of this stream because the print is almost done. We got about 7 minutes left. It's doing a white layer, and then that'll be it for the Hueforge. You guys can very clearly see the way it came out. And it came out good. Look at that creeper, dude. I want to make my Anchor Mag M5 less noisy. Should I buy an enclosure off Amazon for $60? But I don't want to replace any parts or fans or anything. You could. I have an enclosure on one of my resin printers with a fan, but that's like a different story. But yeah, you could if you want it to be that much quieter. I don't know how loud it is. I don't know if it would be beneficial to even replace the board. The Creality Ender 5 Plus used to have a ridiculous board, and you almost like had to buy the silent board upgrade because it was so loud. Yeah, I have a printer. It's a Bamboo Lab P2S. Nice. You got a new one. You got a fancy one. How good is it? I don't see a lot of people saying that they have them there, so it's interesting to see when people have those. Oh, and by the way, is it any like better if you've had the P1S? Is it like a better upgrade from it, or what? Yeah, definitely better. Good. Well, that's cool. A lot of upgrades, auto leveling issues. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. You should live stream on Valentine's Day and make some Valentine's Day. That's a good idea. Might have to do that. You can buy and can make M5 used for like $200 right now. Oh, there you go. Guess it's up to you. Oh. Hold on. Our Hueforge is done, y'all. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. This might not peel straight off. This might be interesting to get off. Woo! Look at that. That came off sweet. Let me see if I can pop this off. Okay, so coolest thing about these build plates is that it actually copies the pattern onto the print, which is just mind-blowing. So super cool. Literally copies it straight onto the print. And then on the other side, you got your cool Hueforge little faded thing. So yeah. So thank you guys for joining into the live stream. Kind of a late, quick one, but figured I should do one anyways. If you guys did enjoy, consider subscribing to the channel for more 3D printing content, and I will see you all in the